Imagine if anytime you want to make use of your phone, you always need to charge it when you need to make use of it. You cannot use it without charging it. That phone will be next to useless. Now you see why it's important not to be totally over dependent on a system, especially if that system may fail, that by yourself you generate power, so that when you need to put power to work, you check your storage and you see that, oh, I still have some storage here and I can use it. Imagine if anytime you want to make use of your phone, you always need to charge it when you need to make use of it. You cannot use it without charging it. That phone will be next to useless. I remember back in the years, there were some kinds of phones that, people had made use of them and used them. They had wrecked the battery. Now, the battery could no longer retain charge. Anytime they wanted to use it, they will plug it and they will sit down near the charging point. That's the only way they'll be able to receive calls. They can't pick the phone and move away from the charging point with the phone because the battery no longer stores power. You don't want to be that kind of believer that just like the phone is dependent on it. That's no longer a mobile phone. That's a stationary phone. It has to remain by the power source. Otherwise, it is useless, because once it's removed from power source, it's out of power. That is the kind of believer who is always leveraging on other people's power. That anytime you need power, you have to leverage. You have to stay connected, so to speak, in that sense. But God wants you and I to both leverage and also generate, so that anytime you want to, God needs you to be a mobile power unit for himself. You can move and you are still containing some power by yourself, not the one that you are leveraging on. You see why it's important for you to attend meetings where you spend time in praying in tongues, or why by yourself you should just get a place in your house, like a closet, a prayer room, or just some corner where you can sit down or kneel down or pace back and forth and spend time just generating power, just for the purpose of usage both now and later on. Because God is a God that not only answers prayer, God also stores our prayer.